Hosted by Matt Riches.
$1 trillion tickers.
Watch the market unfold.
$1 trillion tickers.
Turning data to gold.
$1 trillion tickers.
Watch the market unfold.
$1 trillion tickers.
Turning data to gold.
$1 trillion tickers.
Grand Rising, Joyous Awakenings. Good afternoon or good evening, wherever you're tuning in from around the globe. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. It is Sunday, August 23rd, 2026. Happy Sunday. The market is closed. So you know what that means. We are charting, and I'm going to give you support and resistance levels for next week. This episode features Tesla, Meta, SpaceX, Berkshire.B, and Eli Lilly. Tesla delivered its third consecutive green week, while Eli Lilly reached another all-time high following strong revenue growth and an upgraded outlook. SpaceX continues navigating post-IPO volatility despite reporting significant revenue growth, while Meta experienced the group's largest weekly decline as investors remain focused on the cost of its artificial intelligence expansion, plus all the lawsuits, and they are currently in court. We also have important gaps on Tesla and Meta, potential breakout set up on SpaceX, and Berkshire.B trading near its weekly low, and Eli Lilly attempting to recover toward record territory. Tesla's latest production report showed more than 480,000 vehicles delivered during the second quarter, along with 13.5 gigawatt hours of energy storage deployments. Those operating numbers remain important as investors evaluate whether Tesla can balance vehicle growth with its spending on autonomy, robotics, artificial intelligence, and energy infrastructure. Meta's second quarter revenue increased 28% year over year to approximately $60.8 billion. However, costs and expenses increased 55%, operating income declined 8%, and operating margin contracted from 43% to 31%. Meta is also moving forward with its artificial intelligence infrastructure strategy through a new venture with BlackRock to develop and operate a data center campus in El Paso, Texas. SpaceX recently delivered its first quarterly report as a publicly traded company. Revenue increased more than 90% year over year to approximately $7.8 billion, while this company reported a smaller loss than analysts expected. Starlink subscriber growth and spending on artificial intelligence infrastructure remain central to its long-term story. Berkshire Hathaway reported second quarter revenue approximately $101.8 billion. Net earnings attributable to Berkshire shareholders increased to approximately $25.7 billion, although Berkshire consistently reminds investors that investment gains can create significant volatility in reported net income. And lastly, Eli Lilly reported second quarter revenue growth of 48%, driven primarily by Mounjaro and Zepbound volume. The company also raised its full-year revenue guidance, and highlighted post-stage results across obesity pipelines. Also, what is that other healthcare company? The other one that just went crazy this week. I can't think of the name right now, but they did crazy numbers. And that helped out Eli Lilly this week. All right, let's get on these charts, y'all. I'll think of it later. Let's start with Tesla here on the week, up 6%. Ended up closing the week at $362.86. All right, so our first support level is going to be $360.75, $358.40, $355.25, $352.70, $346.90. If we break that, we can go to $341.50. To the upside, we have $366.50, which is the bottom of this gap. We do have a weekly level inside this gap of $368.60. And the top of this gap is $372.95. If we get above that, we can go to $376.15, $378.65, $380.15, and $386.60. Let's check out our SMAs. So this is our 20 SMA. We are above the 20, we are below the 50, and we are below the 200. So keep that in mind on Tesla. Let's check out the algo, see what we got. On a daily, we did have a strong buy here. Thursday, August 13th, the entry was 339. It did hit TP1 at 354. It's headed toward TP2 of 369. Let's go on a 4 hour, see if we have a more recent signal here. No, this is even further back than the daily signal. All right, next, let's check out Meta Platforms. Okay, so Meta on the week ended up closing down 6.7%. Ended up closing the week at 549.90. Our first support level is going to be 547.95. Underneath that, we have 543.25, 537.25, and then 530.50. If we break that, 527.50, and a very important level here, July's low of 524.50. To the upside, we have 553.85, 555.30. The bottom of this gap here at 560.80. The gap goes all the way to 564.80. If we get above that, we can go to 570, 573.85, 580.75, 584.80. All right, let's check out our SMAs. We are underneath the 20, the 50, and the 200 SMAs, so we are very bearish when it comes to the SMAs. Let's check out the algo, see if we have any recent signal. We do have a sell signal here on Tuesday, August 18th. The entry was 543. The stop loss is 560, while the first target is 527, and the second target is 510, y'all. All right. Next up, we have SpaceX. On the week, down 2.1%. Basically, it was in the same range as the previous week. Ended up closing at 136.97. Okay, so our first support level is going to be 135, followed by 130, 120, 130, 40, 127, 60, 124, 55, and then 120.10. Our upside, we have 137.35, 137.90, 140.90, 144.95, 146.45. We only have one SMA because they recently IPO'd. This is the 20 SMA. And we are above the 20 SMA, so that's good. Let's check out the algo, see what we got. We did have a buy back here, August 7th. It got very close to the TP1, but did not hit TP1. That's pretty long ago. Let's see if we got something else. On the 4 hour, we did get a sell signal here on Thursday at 5 a.m., but it did reverse. The entry was 131.90. The stop loss is 138.25. The first target is 125.55. All right, next we got Berkshire.B. On the week, down 1.6%. Ended up closing the week at 495.82. Okay, so to the downside, our first support level is actually the low of Friday, 495.70. Underneath that, 493.95, 490.25, and then a very important level here, the low of July, 486.05. To the upside, we have 498.20, 499.60, 501, 502.85, 504.50, 505.60, and 507.05. All right, let's check out the SMAs. This is the 20 SMA. We are below that by a lot. We are below the 50 SMA, but we are above the 20 SMA. So keep that in mind on Berkshire.B. Let's check out the algo, see what we got. We did have a sell here on August 12th. This is actually the second entry because the first entry would have been at the close of this candle at 509. So it did go all the way down here to 596. So that was a nice move. So this is the second entry at 496.86. The stop loss is $500.44. TP1 is 493.28, and then 489.70. All right, let's check out Eli Lilly. On the week, up 6.3%. It did hit an all-time high on Wednesday. Ended up closing the week at $1,255. To the downside support, we got 1,243, 1,230, 1,212, 1,199. The upside, we got 1,271, 1,280, and then the all-time high, 1,292. Let's check out the SMAs. We are above all three SMAs. This is the 20 SMA, the 50 SMA. Very bullish on that. Let's check out the algo. We did get a buy here on the 10th, but it did end up closing below the stop loss before going up crazy. Let's check out the 4 hours, see if we have a more recent signal. We did get a sell here, but we got a close here, so no signal for Eli Lilly. Excuse me. So earlier today, I recorded a episode for the Digital Titans. That's Apple, Google, Microsoft, Amazon. Before that, I recorded an episode for the semiconductor trading dollar tickers, which are NVIDIA, TSM, ABGO, and MU. If you'd like to check out those episodes, go to my live column on my channel and click those, and you can get the levels for those companies as well. Next up, we'll be doing SPY, QQQ, IWM, and the Dow Jones.
Chase excellence, never chase money. Why? Because money has an incredible way of finding excellence. Did you chase excellence and not money? Do you have the intellectual curiosity to learn everything you can about this incredible industry and master it? Become the smartest person in the room. Have you mastered it?
Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom.